Chapter 12. The girls followed the boy through tapestry-lined corridors and across rooms that were as big as a sports hall at school. He stopped at the foot of a spiral staircase. "This is the entrance to my quarters," he said. "No commoners have ever set foot beyond this point. Apart from the servants, that is. You will be the first." Bonkers, thought Imogen as she nodded along. The further up the stairs they climbed, the narrower the staircase became. "Keep up!" shouted the boy, who had disappeared ahead. The steps took them to a circular room. "I've never seen so many candles," said Imogen. "Is all this stuff yours?" "Yes," said the boy. "Where did you get this from?" Mary's enormous eye peered through a magnifying glass. "It was my father's." "And this?" Mary lay down on a fur rug. "I don't remember." "What about this?" asked Imogen, and she blew dust from the sleeping face of an old clock. "Don't touch that," snapped the boy. "It's the only one of its kind." Imogen leaned in. She wanted a better look at the thing she mustn't touch. The clock was made of wood. In front of its face, there were 5 motionless hands and an array of jeweled stars. Imogen couldn't work out what was holding the stars in place. They seemed to hover, but she couldn't see any wires. A silver moon peeped out from behind the biggest hand, as if too shy to reveal itself fully. "What's inside that hatch?" asked Imogen, stepping back and pointing to a tiny door at the top of the clock. It was about the right size for a hamster. "I don't remember," said the boy. "It stopped working years ago." "Why?" said Mary. The boy fiddled with the reins on his fingers. "I think you've asked enough questions for one night." Mary cast a longing glance at the room's 4-poster bed, with its plumptuous pillows and downy quilt. She looked at Imogen, who nodded. The next second, Mary was kicking off her shoes and wriggling under the sheets. Imogen turned to the boy. "Just one more question." "Yes?" "Why are you helping us?" "I told you," he said. "You'd be eaten alive if you stayed outside." "But where are all the other people?" "They're here, in their houses, around the castle. I'm just the only one who keeps candles burning." Imogen walked to a window and looked out at the city shrouded in darkness. They had made it into the light that she'd seen from the forest. "We must be in the castle's tallest tower," she said, half to herself. "Not quite," said the boy. "This is the 2nd tallest tower." Imogen removed her shoes and slipped into the bed next to Mary. "We should blow out the candles," she said, yawning. "Why would I do that?" asked the boy. "It's a fire hazard," she was parroting her mom. Mom was always banging on about fire hazards. "A fire what?" But Imogen didn't reply. She was already fast asleep. As Imogen slept, monsters flitted in and out of the darkness below. Like grotesque shadow puppets, their forms danced across shuttered windows. They reclaimed the streets, calling to each other across the empty squares. In the big houses near the cathedral, if you were to peep out at just the right moment, you'd see a silhouette squatting on top of the bell tower. It might look like a child, or perhaps a very old man. But if you dared to look closer, you'd see that its shoulders were too muscular, its arms were too long, and its teeth were too sharp. The monsters traveled from roof to roof. They tiptoed along gutters. They hid in eaves. They hung down from bedroom windows by their claws. All night, the city belonged to them.